So right now, as we know, farmers markets and gardens are bursting with flavor. So the big question is, how can we make summer last all year long? Andrea Buckett is the expert in everything, so she's going to let us know how to do that. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, so yeah, that is the question because we all love summer so much. We look forward to it so much. And we also buy a lot of fresh stuff or grow it. So how do we keep it all year long?
Yeah, so we get really excited when we go to the farmers markets. You know, they're teeming with all this great spring and summer veg. And sometimes we buy a little too much. Like I remember one summer my mom picked a load of strawberries, and I'm telling you, I think we still have some of that strawberry jam in the basement.
Do you really?
Yeah, like it just lasted forever. So we're going to show you how to preserve the flavor of summer, but without all the equipment that typically you think about with canning. So, you know, water baths and jars. So we're going to show you how to do it if you have a small space, and so you can enjoy these flavors all summer long.
Okay, so what in particular are we going to be throwing into this mixture?
Okay, so we went to the farmer's market and we found these great local vegetables, asparagus, radishes. We're going to use the end of chard, and what we're going to do is we're going to ferment it, okay? Chard, Swiss chard, so this is Swiss chard here. Okay. And typically we throw out the stems, but it's a great thing to ferment. So fermenting is almost like pickling, okay? So what we're gonna do is it's really easy. You can do this with any vegetable. You add about 3 tablespoons of salt. You want this to be uniodized salt. It's really important for this, to any vegetable. So when you bring your vegetables home, just put them in a bowl, cut them up, and then you're gonna massage those vegetables.
You are, look at that. You've done this before.
So what you're doing here is you're sort of just breaking up the vegetables ever so slightly so some of the water starts to leach out.
Leach out?
Leach out. You want that water to start leaching out. Okay.
And then I'm going to guess you're going to be pouring a solution into this.
You got it. So we're not going to use a solution because we've already salted the veg. We're just going to put filtered water on top.
Filtered water.
Yep. So it's really important that you don't use chlorinated water because chlorination will stop the fermenting process.
Right.
So do you know what I mean when I say fermenting? Like, do you get the flavor profile of what? Sort of. So think about like...
In theory, I do.
Yeah, so it's different than pickling where we just put like a vinegar solution on. What this is the natural bacteria...
Let me help you with that.
Awesome. The natural bacteria is going to sort of release carbon dioxide and give you that fizzy, sour brininess that we know like natural pickles to have.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Okay, awesome. So once your jar is nice and packed with your veg, you're going to just go ahead and pour on the water.
Yeah. This is, okay.
So this is just filtered water.
Filtered water.
If you don't have filtered water, you can use tap water, but you have to leave it at room temperature for 24 hours to let the chlorine gas off, essentially.
Okay, got it.
All right, and then this is really important because you want your veg to be completely submerged under the water. So we're going to do something called seat belting.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a fancy term, and all it means is you're going to take a piece of veg. A red pepper works really great for this, but you're going to take
that's a good idea.
And you're going to tuck it under the shoulders of the jar.
Look at all your terminology, the shoulders, the seatbelt.
So and just push it down. Just strap it in. So then you have no floaters on top. Because what happens if you get floaters, you get mold and scum, and you don't want that.
Yeah, that's one of my questions. I mean, so we sort of can see the end product down here, right? And how do you know that once you kept it for months, let's say, yeah, that's fair to say?
Yep.
How do you know if it's good to eat?
So at this point, you leave it on the counter for 24 hours up to a week. You want to keep checking back every day and scoop off any scum that might form on top.
That sounds disgusting.
No, I know it does, but it's just a safeguard. And you're going to put this on it, and you're going to leave it on the counter. Once you put it in the fridge, you can store it there for 6 months. Now, you got to use your tester. You got to use your nose and have some common sense. If it tastes, I mean, if it smells really bad, you're not going to eat it. But if it smells briny and like sweet and fermented, you're good to go. Okay. Once you do it, you're going to have no problem doing it.
Okay. I want to talk about this quickly because it's always fun to have some drinks on the side all year long. So you've got your strawberries you're putting in.
So this is a fruit shrub, and essentially what I call it is like a sweet and sour, almost like sweet tarts. It has that sort of sweet and sour flavor to it, and you're going to make a syrup. So fresh cut berries, equal parts fruit, sugar, and vinegar.
Got it.
Okay, and then you can switch up all kinds of flavor. You could use, you could put some basil in here.
Okay.
All right. So this sits in your fridge covered up for 24 to 48 hours. And what you're looking for is for all that liquid to leach out of the berries. Okay. So you're infusing the liquid with all the flavor of the berries.
You can smell it.
Yeah. And when it's like in the December and we can't get fresh berries, this is what you're going to want to have, Lindsay. I'm telling you.
So then you've got this. You jar it.
You put a little bit of vinegar in there, stir it up. Jar it, and then
just
you can...
white vinegar, is that what we're talking about?
Don't use white vinegar.
Okay,
white vinegar is way too strong.
whatever I just said.
Yeah, champagne vinegar, apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar. You can totally try all kinds of vinegars, just not white vinegar.
Just don't do the only one I mentioned. Okay, these are great ideas. Well, why don't we take a little sip of this, because you can add soda, you can add some alcohol if you wish.
I'm thinking tequila.
Tequila, I'm with you. All right, great ideas. Making summer last all year round. I love that. All these ideas, Andrea, on our website, yourmorning.ca.